With A to Z Ozone, and I'm going to explain how to hook up your oxygen generator to any type of impurities. This is an MP8000. What you want to do is, usually there's a U right here. You would want to hook up your flexible tubing to the oxygen in, and then you hook this tubing up to your oxygen generator. This is an old oxygen generator we had just laying around. When you hook it up, you want to make sure it's on this nozzle real tightly. For oil, when you're doing oil, that's what most people do with the oxygen generator, is you want to use this teflon tubing. It's the white one. You want to connect your teflon tubing with this screw right here. By doing that, when using your oxygen generator, you don't want your air compressor on. You want to keep it off while you're running your ozone and your extra oxygen. This will just have, like, the U shape will just be free. It doesn't matter if it doesn't matter that there's nothing right here, because all your oxygen isn't taking through here. So when you hook this up, this oxygen generator, it could be any, we have several different ones. Topaz Ultra, the Onyx generator. You want to make sure your PSI meter, which is on the right side, and it kind of looks like a grill meter or like a propane tank. You want to keep that below 15 psi when you're introducing oxygen into your ozone. So there is your oxygen generator, and this is your ozone generator. You make sure you keep that compressor off, because it can damage your unit if so. There's also a flow meter on the side of your oxygen generator. This is an older model, so it might be a little bit different, but it will show you the adjustments when you turn on the oxygen generator. Usually if you're doing it for oil, you want to keep your oxygen generator normally at 4 to 6 LPMs, which would be about a little bit below 15 PSIs. So, just for our oil users, I want to explain that this tube and stone need to go in your olive oil or whatever kind of oil you're using. It needs to be in at least 4 inches in the liter or whatever glass container you're using. You put it in, say there's a container right here, you fill the container up with 1/3 or half amount of oil, just depending on what kind of oil and what kind of oil and what kind of what amount of oil you're making. With the oil, it will bubble over if you fill it up too much. Most people put a plate on top of their glass once they put the stone in. So it would be, here's the glass, your stone is a little bit above the water, or the oil from the bottom, and then you want your oil about right here. And that will take about, depending on your unit, it could take 2 to 3 days to make a Vaseline solve, which is like a really thick texture of it. If it hasn't reached that solve that you're looking for, just do it for a little bit longer. The MP3000 through 5000 and 8000 all run continuously, so you can run it up to 24 hours. You just want to make sure it's in like a shed or somewhere that you're not going to be occupied in, or your plants or your animals. Because this machine is an 8-gram unit, and it is very strong. I don't know what else to say about that. Like I said, this can be left alone. You can leave it with no tubing on it, or you can have that little half piece of the U that it was originally connected. Like, it's usually like this. You can just leave it out. Once you turn on your oxygen machine, you want to make sure that the levels are correct of being below 15 psi's. What else do I need to say?